Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Just wanted to tell you, we just got back from a 2-day trip, and we went to Holton, went into Canada and visited with Creekside Maples. Had about a 3-hour visit with them. Great people. We drove 772 miles in 2 days with the old Jeep, plus visited, and we was up to Eastport, just stopped in for something to eat because we were right on Route 1, and we didn't end up eating there. The place was too crowded. But there was a destroyer there, and well, I can tell you the name of it. I forget already. But, I got the pamphlet right here. So, yeah, it was the USS Oscar Austin, DDG 79. And that ship was sitting there. Of course, I had my camera with me, the GoPro, but I left it in the car because I thought I was just going to go eat. And we're walking like, Christ, a quarter of a mile about it from the Jeep. And all of a sudden, the lady says, "Oh," she says, "I think they're giving free tours until like 3:30 or something like that." And it was like 3:15. I says, I guess we ain't going to go back and get the camera. We're just going to go, which I didn't figure they'd let you film anyway. So we ended up going on the tour, and I could have filmed. Everybody was filming with their cameras and everything else. They wouldn't let you go in the places they didn't want filmed. But it was over an hour long, the tour. A real good tour. And yeah, I told the guys, I don't mind writing my check to the government so bad now after I've seen, I was pretty impressed with it. So anyway, this old girl came into a hell of a skip. I mean, it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And we stopped in Ellsworth, which is still about 3.5 hours from here. Bought a new set of plugs. Didn't do nothing. Number 4 cylinder. Same one that was bad before. So, we're going to do a compression check on this. We'll see what it does. We'll just do, well, I'll do number 3, I guess. We'll do them side by side right there. I don't know if you can see that good or not, but I'll crank her over with my wire here. £150 right on the money. That was the one that's not skipping. It's right beside of it. And we'll see what this one looks like. I told Carol the way it acts, it almost acts like you got a bad valve. And let's see what she does now. That's got about 5 pounds more than the other one, so it's definitely not a bad valve issue. We got good compression. So it is either an intake gasket leaking, which usually they won't just hit on one cylinder. Usually it'll frig with 2 of them. Or it's an electrical, which is what I would say it is. So I'm going to go take that distributor cap off, and we will see if I can see any evidence of arcing or anything inside. Okay, so I got this thing off, haven't even flipped it over. So 1, 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. So it's that one right there. Let's look at it real close here. See if we can see anything. Boy, that looks awful good in there. This distributor cap is not that old. Well, I just went out to the old Jeep. This distributor cap, I think, is the problem. Not sure. But anyway, we'll start out. Number 1 cylinder's right there. And these go 1, 5, which is that one right there. 1, 5, 3. 6, 2, 4, 2, and then number 4, which I do not have the plug wire on. It's right here. Because I replaced the plug wire with a different one to see if it would still skip, and it did. So that's why I took that thing from out back. We'll see if it'll run and still skip. Okay, let's see what happens. That's still got a skip. Well, we're gonna go old school now. Turn a little acetylene on. Go in with that number 4. Listen to that old baby purr. We definitely have a manifold issue. Okay, so we got the manifold off, and as you can see, well, I don't know if it's going to wash it out too much. Maybe that bolt hole is about a 1/4 inch dark spot. Gasket was broke right here. You can also see that line right up here. It was broke up there. Now, the gasket is right here. And you can probably see that. Shut this light off here. That LED lights don't like GoPros good. It's too harsh. But you can probably see that right there. That right there. You can see how this got crimped in the back. Because this has had this idle skip for a long time. But it got worse recently. And you can see right where that goes, like so. And you can see where that bad spot is. Now, I'm not sure if this thing heating and cooling, if this moved that gasket and crumpled it up like that. I can't imagine doing that when I assembled it, but I don't know either. But anyway, there's where our problem is. Been searching for an electrical problem for 2-3 days now, because this thing was really skipping coming back from Canada. I was a little concerned about it, actually. I thought it was a burned valve, but I don't think it hurt the cylinders because I got wicked good compression on that cylinder. So I'm surprised it didn't as lean as it would have been. But at 70 miles an hour, she'd fire. So if I can find a gasket tomorrow, we'll assemble her and off we'll go. If not, she might be out of commission till next weekend. Anyway, we got it diagnosed anyway, so the Jeep legacy goes on, I guess. Just never-ending thing. But anyway, that's the way Jeeps are. Guy told me there when I was up to Napa, up in, Jesus, someplace way up on the coast. He said, well, you know, just empty every pocket. That's what Jeeps stand for. And I laughed, as I never heard that one before. But anyway, yeah, seems like the last month that's what it's been. But the suspension and the steering of this, 70 miles an hour right down the interstate, tractor trailers go by you. You don't have to chase it. It just goes straight ahead, just like the Toyota or any other vehicle. Other than the throttle being a little uncomfortable, which most of these old CJ5s were, you know, I could drive this thing to California tomorrow if I had the manifold fixed. But anyway, keep safe, everybody. And don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe. And we will see you hopefully tomorrow with some manifold gaskets.